Hi guys and welcome to RA Coaching. So this is a quick tutorial video of how to actually use the layout and the plans and stuff that we've got here. So this is the first page, just an overview page. So it's just like quick information about you, your goal, your current macro setup, your training split and your training guidelines. Over here is your check-in days. So if you're an online guy or girl, your check-in day will be a Thursday. If it's face-to-face, it'll be every Friday. For example, this Thursday, 22nd of the 2nd, so you yourself will put in that date. And then down here, it's just some examples of notes and stuff that you'd put. So if you had a really crap leg session in the week, you put it in there, say squats felt weak, you're feeling drains, your weight hasn't budged this week, you don't understand that exercise. If this one comes up, then I'm more than happy for you guys to WhatsApp me direct on the day, so that way you can kind of get the actual exercises done and you're not waiting around every week to get a response. Or if you've had a really good week, put it down there. It's always nice to read and nice to see. Progress photos to be done via WhatsApp as well. Obviously the front, back and side. Just send us over to me on that, so that way it's always in the same place. Down the bottom we've got training. So with the actual training, it looks more complicated than it is, but basically the way it's split up is in different weeks. So it's weeks 1 to 5, depending if you have a deload. If not, then it's just weeks 1 to 4. Where it goes is your warm-up first, which is 5 minutes of cardio plus mobility number 1 on this one, and C number 2, and so on and so forth. Now mobility is down here at the bottom. You just click that. What it actually is, how many sets and reps and stuff you've got to do of each, and there is a video that I've created on each one, showing you how to go through it, and what each actual one is, saving you time and trouble to actually go through and find them yourself. It's set up into exercises, sets and reps, what you've achieved, and notes, as well as RPE, hidden there as well. Now, exercises will all be written down here. If you're unsure what they are, again, message me and I'll let you know. If not, and you want a quicker response, because I might be with other clients, just YouTube it. Majority of them are quite standard names for each exercise. Your RPE is your rate of perceived exertion. The scale is down here. But 10 would be your absolute true max, so physically impossible to get another rep. 9.5 is not your absolute max, but you know you would fail the next one. 9, 1 left in the tank, and so on. Now I want you to try and hit these as much as possible, because intensity is everything when it comes to training. I mean, you could be increasing weight every single week when you're doing all these sets and reps, but if you're nowhere near the intensity, you're not going to get as much bang for your buck as possible. Okay, with the achieved, for example, on dumbbell chest press, 3 sets of 10. Let's say, for example, you did 20 kilo times 10, 10, 10. And that's how it would be. Okay, the following week, sets and reps have changed slightly. So you're going 3 sets of 9 because the weight is, the reps have decreased. In theory, the weight should increase. So you'll go, say, 32, big old jump, 22.5 times 10, 10, 9, 9. And let's say, for example, in the last one you got 8. Okay, that doesn't mean you failed, and that doesn't mean you should give up from there. It just means that you're not quite there to get all of them yet. So the following week, I haven't put them in yet, but the following week you would stick with 22.5s and get those 3 sets of 8. And maybe in the last set, maybe push out 1 or 2 more reps. Okay, just your total volume is a bit more. Okay, I'm more than happy for you to do that, but obviously I can go through that with you if you're worried about it and you're one-to-one sessions every week. Coming down, okay, you might not actually have this many sessions in, this is just a template. Cardio, so cardio is down to you, whichever one you want to do. All I want you to do is track your total calories. Okay, so for example, I've set this person 200 calories a week to burn. Let's say day 1 they use the treadmill, they do it for 10 minutes and they burn 20 calories. Okay, it's going to all start adding up from here. The next day they do a bike, they burn 180. That's them done. That's them done for the week. I don't mind if you guys go over, but I would do a absolute maximum of 50 calories, because we need to keep an eye on this. Because if you're burning the candle with your diet already in a deficit, and then you're burning, say, 500 calories when I only told you to burn 200, you're going to be losing a lot of muscle mass, and that's the stuff we need to hold on to. Down here you have a abbreviation key, so different types of sets, reps, techniques and stuff that I like to use with people. and what the name is and what the description is. So if you come across something like a coloured box or so something like an AMRAP in brackets next to it, just scroll down, it will be there. With nutrition, you've got your daily calories at the top, your weekly calories, these are the main two I'm after, and high days, and then you filling it actually out. So everyone to use, I get everyone to use MyFitnessPal. It's a free app. You can pay for it, but I don't recommend it. There's no need to. All it does is unlock a few extra features, which you don't actually need. I myself use it. It's very easy to use. If you're unsure, I can send you out a package of how to actually use it as well. Just let us know on that fact. But with this, so all I want you to mainly do is follow your protein and your calories. Okay, so carbs and fats, I'll put guidelines down, but I'm not too fussed about them, because so long as you're hitting your total protein per gram per day, and you're hitting your calories, these two are going to be controlled. They're going to have to be either low or high, just so you're not going to go over on your calories. For example, if you have 1 gram of fat left for the day, say you're on 53, but you've still got 50 gram protein left, it's very hard for you to get that 50 gram protein without any form of fat in there, because even stuff like white fish and chicken all have trace bits of fat in, so that's all going to add up pretty quick. So save you stressing out on that, I don't mind. Go over the fat slightly, just means you're going to have less carbs that day, just so you stay under or around your total calories. Okay. With the protein, I don't mind like a 10 gram leeway either way, but do try and hit this one. This is the main one we're after. If you do have a really low day, so you're not feeling very well and everything here is really low, I don't mind if the next few days if we can bump it up a little bit, just to get this total weekly protein and calories and stuff in. But again, if you are ill, just let me know and then we can work that out individually. Any high days, so if I've given you any refeed days, they'll all be put here, otherwise it'll be NA all across. And I'll put the day of the week as well, so obviously we can keep an eye on your weight, because it should change either up or down depending on how long you've been in a deficit for with those extra calories. The way I like to do this is just put the date in, so for example the 1st of the 1st, 18, and then you're putting your total fat for the day, carbs you've had, protein you've had, and it will automatically work out your calories, and it will come down here and come up with the total as well, just so we can see if we can match these two up here. Then just got a little bit of general advice, aiming to hit protein and kilocalories for the day. Because of fats, try to get 2 to 3 servings of fruit and veg. It's not always possible, obviously, if you're on very low carbs. And then any supplement dose and stuff on the sides that we'd like to try. Measurements. Okay, so with measurements, I've already put some ones in. So the way it's set, you're putting the date in down the sides. Your actual morning weight, so you're waking up fasted. Literally go to the loo, stand ideally naked or in underwear on the same pair of scales day in, day out, every morning, just recording your weight. Don't worry if it fluctuates, like it can jump quite high depending on the amount of water you had the day before, how late you ate, how little sleep you had, etc. All we're working on is averages. So averagely, this person weighing at 197 pounds this week over the course of a week, even though some days they weighed in very high. Okay, the following week they weighed in high, stayed pretty consistent, had a little drop, went back up, but still lost 3 pounds. Okay, and this is the main part we're after. So don't worry if your weight fluctuates daily. It's when it fluctuates and just keeps going up and up and up and up and up and up. That's where the problem is going to lay. Okay. From this side as well, this bit here is a little bit more in depth. So it's putting in your daily steps. So ideally using a Fitbit or any form of step counter or pedometer. You can use phones. They work quite well. Just keep in your pocket whenever you go out for walks or whenever you're moving around. And it's just recording how many steps you've done per day. I'll set you, depending on your goal, your total weekly. So I'll set this person 70,000, which works out to be 10,000 per day. And it's just making sure that each week you are hitting this. Okay, it's all part of your cardio, all part of your training. So here, for example, they had a good day, a very good day, really, really bad day, slightly better, but still not good for the next couple of days, and then a good day, and the last day, they had to try and bump that number up to get it above 70,000. So they went on a long old walk and hit, again, bang on 20,000 steps. So it's just making sure that this, on average, is above. It's better to try and get 10,000 a day rather than like try and save them all up for one massive one. But I'm happy for you guys to do that so long as we're hitting this. And then down here, so tiredness levels. So the reason I've put all of these ones in, tiredness, fatigue recovery, hunger levels, stress, hours of sleep, is mainly due to the fact that any one of these, if they're very low or high, depending on the recovery and stuff like that, will affect your training and will affect your mental state for the day. Okay, so let's say if you had a really poor night's sleep, stress tends to be kind of higher, hunger levels will be higher because the fact that you haven't actually recharged overnight, so your body's craving more sugary stuff to try and give you a little boost throughout the day. Your training is going to be bad, so it's either going to be really low recovery because you're just drained already, or very high recovery because you can't push yourself because you're too drained. Okay, and then again, tiredness is obviously going to be very high if you've only had a few hours sleep. And they all go hand in hand, so we're just going to keep this as level as possible. Obviously, some days you will have higher or lower, but we're going to try and keep an eye on that as much as possible. Any side notes? So say, for example, you felt really ill that day, just make a note. Super bloated, like couldn't drink enough, really, really bad day at work, stressed out, but gym was amazing. Little things like that. Any notes that we can make just to keep an eye on and track, really, is the best way. Okay, and obviously that last page then it goes back to mobility. So that's the overview. Obviously, any other questions you guys have got on this, just feel free to give me a message. And I look forward to working with you. Speak to you soon. Bye.